Steps are everywhere. Music goes up and down mostly by step. So having a really solid command of hearing and producing steps is really important. You probably know that the major scale is made up of whole steps and half steps. And you probably also know that the half steps in the major scale are between mi and fa, and ti and do. And you might also know that those half steps impart a lot of energy into tonal music, giving it some friction, some direction, some tension. And you probably also know that the difference between major and minor scales hinges on where those half steps fall in the scale. And here's the kicker, and you're going to want to stick around to the end because it gets pretty advanced. The ability to distinguish and produce half steps and whole steps at will unlocks a whole bunch of material for your ears, such as key changes, chromatic chords, different flavors of minor, all the modes, and jazz scales and jazz melodies like bebop riffs. In this video, you are going to get a clear sense of the difference between half steps and whole steps. You're also going to get a melody, a very simple melody with 3 levels of difficulty that are going to lock in your ability to produce and recognize whole steps and half steps. Finally, you're going to get a little listening drill that challenges you to recognize quickly half steps and whole steps. And that drill has a basic version first and an advanced version second. If you want to skim through to the hard parts, go ahead and use the outline below. And without further ado, I'm Hans at tuneindigo.com. Let's get started. First, let's get really clear on what whole steps and half steps are. A half step within equal-tempered Western music is the closest distance between 2 notes. It sounds like this. You can come up with whatever mood, quality, or tone feeling that conjures for you, and it sounds like that. And then a whole step is 2 of those put together, but not sounding at the same time. So where we have from do to re, sounds like that. So on a very basic level, half steps sound like this. Whole steps sound like this. And the major scale has mostly whole steps and a half step between mi and fa, more whole steps, and then a half step between ti and do. Now, here's the way to get them fully internalized. I'm going to show you this very simple melody. It's kind of a twisty, turny little thing. And once you get it with the level 1, which is where I play a little accompaniment, you'll move to level 2, which is where we sing it over a steady drone. And then 3, well, 3 is so tricky, I'll explain it to you when we get there. So in this little melody, you're going to focus on do, and you're going to get a half step below it and a whole step above it. And this is going to get you started hearing the difference between these 2 tones in a really holistic way. Here's level 1. It sounds like this. Do, re, do, ti, do. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. One more time. Do, re, do, ti, do. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. That's the basic version, where I'm giving you lots of support with the piano. Now I'm going to take that support away, replacing it with a drone tone, so that now we need to sing it very confidently. Here's the way it works with the drone. I'm going to play do, we sing the first phrase. Play do, second phrase, and so on. And listen to how my voice and your voice feels against the consistent tone. Okay? Do, re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. Here it is again. Do, re, do, ti, do. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. So that's all there is to it for levels 1 and level 2. Level 3. Now this is where you're really going to experience the growth. So this is probably going to be a thing you want to bookmark and practice repeatedly. It's a little bit, you have to pay attention because this is a complicated thing. A lot of people don't get it on the first try, even understand it on the first try. So here's our drone. I'm going to sing the first pattern with this being do. Do, re, do, ti, do. Now I'm going to play this same tone and I'm going to sing ti, do, re, do, ti, just like I did, except for now, this tone is ti. It's going to sound like this. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Now I'm going to sing it again. I'm going to sing the re, do, ti, do, re part, but now this is re. Re, do, ti, do, re. And now I'm going to sing it, the fourth phrase, with this as do again. Do, ti, do, re, do. Let's do it out of tempo one more time, and then I'll fire up a little pulse to get us entrained. Here's the first one. Do, re, do, ti, do. Now this tone, do, becomes ti. Ti, do, re, do, ti. This tone now becomes re. Re, do, ti, do, re. And now we're back to this being do again. Do, ti, do, re, do. By doing this, you have to switch in your mind the whole step, half step combination, pulling out of any kind of key for a moment and switching, using your own will and imagination, switching your tonal reference. And once you can do this, whew, no stopping you. Do, re, do, ti, do. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. Now let's do it one more time. Here we go. Do, re, do, ti, do. Ti, do, re, do, ti. Re, do, ti, do, re. Do, ti, do, re, do. Now, there's a reason why it's hard. And the reason is your brain has about 7 spots for notes. And as we know from our research into memory, we know that we can remember 7 things plus or minus 2. That's why phone numbers in the US without the area code are 7 numbers long. So we've got about 7 slots. So holding those 7 pitches is something that our brain does. It's part of how we organize tonal music. Being able to produce a note that's outside of that set is a real challenge. But also, once you can do it, things start getting really easy. So let's say we've got this scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If I want to change key, I need to be able to go da, da, and replace T with this other note, which we'll get into some other time. So that's the value of doing this really, really hard thing. Okay, let's go into our drill. Easy version of the drill. I'm going to play 5 examples. Each one is 2 notes. And I'll play each one 3 times. All you have to do is say to yourself, up or down. So you need to perceive whether it goes up or down, and half or whole. Up or down, half or whole. 5 examples. Here's number 1. That's up by half. Number 2. Up by a whole step. Down by a half step. This is number 3. This is up a whole step. Number 5. And that is up a whole step. All right, please, please, please comment below. How'd you do? 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 1 out of 5? Do you want something more advanced, like what you're about to get? Here's the more advanced thing. The way this is going to work is I'm going to give you 3 sets of 3 pairs. And each one I'm going to play twice. And then I'm going to tell you the answer. So you've got to remember the combination that's expressed it the same way. Up, whole, down, half, down, whole. Okay? Here it is again. Now I'll say the answer. Here I go. Up, whole, down, half, down, whole. Here's number 2. Again. Now with the answer. Up, half, up, whole, up, half. Third and last one, here it comes. Second time. with the answers. Down, whole. Down, whole. Down, whole. I really hope this helps you to find your own music and to play music easily by ear. And even if you're someone who likes to read music, hearing what you're seeing is also really important and also benefits from this as well. Head on over to tuneindigolearning.com where I've got a bunch of resources and course. Of course, there's a course. And drop a line, send me an email, hans@tuneindigo.com. Thanks for listening.